We're going to go ahead and get started here. We're going to have a seat this morning, afternoon, wherever you're at, right, for class. So I'm going to go ahead and scooch back with you and adjust my screen down just a little bit so you can see me. So finding yourself a seat on your workspace, right, comfortable position here. So take a moment to, as you're settling in, right, wiggle, right, your bottom right in the floor, right, really ground in your sits bones. And honestly, sometimes you can kind of lift, that kind of the bottom out of the way, right, to really get that earthing kind of grounded feeling in the body. So anchoring down with those sits bones and then really getting good posture here. So taking the shoulders above the hips, right, stacking. For me, I've got this habit of leaning forward, much like I do on the screen, right? So just getting yourself nice and vertical in the torso. And then even lightly hugging between the shoulder blades just a little bit is going to pull those shoulder heads back and really broaden you across your chest. And then go ahead and imagine that there's like a string right at the crown of your head pulling and drawing you up towards the sky to get even more length, more height. Melt the shoulders away from your ears. And then arms, right, they could be resting at your sides. They could be on your lap. You could even have one hand to heart, one hand to belly, maybe two hands at heart. Something that feels right for you. All right, and just go ahead from there. Close the eyes, right? Removing that sense can sometimes really help us to go just a little bit more inward to the self, a little bit more focused. We'll start here by tuning into our breath, right? So just begin to notice your inhales and your exhales. Really feeling the breath just kind of moving in and out of your body. And maybe you notice how your breath sounds. Take note of its quality as it is in the moment. Maybe how does your breath feel at the back of your throat when you're taking air in and as you're releasing it? And then although you're in stillness here, notice that subtle movement of body due to your own breath. For me, it's just a little bit of a movement in the belly, a little bit in the chest. Okay. We start by tapping into our breath so that we can really start to build this mind-body connection. We can then start to clear our minds and really be focused in this present moment. Right? So often our mind trails back to the past, what we did earlier, right? Or it jumps ahead to the future, what we have to do next. And very rarely are we in, right, the now. So here's a way to get there. Breath. Once we start to build that mind-body connection, we can then build quality of breath, right? Often our breath can be fairly short and shallow, so this is a nice way to build some strength and really start to use the full capacity of your lungs, right? So I'll just ask you here now to slow your breath down, right? Take your time, no need to rush, right? Start to take longer, deeper breaths in, making sure you're filling up completely. And then when you're exhaling, make it a very slow, steady release of air, making sure that you also empty out completely, right? Often we tend to hold a bit onto the breath right at the end. Right, so slow, deep inhale. Start at the pit of your belly, let it fill up into ribs, and come all the way up into the chest. Maybe you even pause there and hold. And then with your exhale, emptying from top, right, chest, traveling down through the ribs, and finally that last squeeze out through the lower belly region. When you're breathing in, allow yourself to expand and open. Really make that 360. So fill up front, sides, and your back body with air. As you exhale, start to feel the body knit and draw right back to the midline. Squeeze the breath all the way out. Then just continue here with this breath. Slow, deep breaths can calm our nervous system and kick in our parasympathetic nervous system, which really aids in rest and digest in our body. So there's a calming factor, right? Breath could also be used to fire the body up, give it a little bit more energy. So we're going to add a layer of that on now to our breath. So we're going to continue with really slow, deep breaths in, really easy inhales. But now start to really take some forceful, powerful, audible exhales. Really push the breath through the body. And now continue with this breath, right? Light, easy breaths in, strong, powerful exhales out. And then notice when you're breathing like that, how does it change your powerhouse, your midsection, your core? Right? Easy breaths in, the belly, it inflates, it fills with air. But when you force that breath out, that belly, right, that muscle regions really firm up, contracting into your core. So we're going to take here another handful of breaths and really focus on building up the relationship between your breath and core. So the stronger your exhale is, the more likely the core is going to firm at its best. Go ahead and take 3 more cycles of breath here, seeing if you can pull your abs in even deeper with every breath out that you take. And then without rushing, once you get to that 3rd exhale, begin to then slowly open up the eyes. And if your arms aren't there already, go ahead and bring them down at your sides, still maintaining posture. With your next inhale, take both arms and reach them out wide, lift them up high to the sky, and then on the exhale, go ahead and slowly release them back down at your sides. So we're just going to start off with some easy sun breaths here. Palms up on the inhale, reach out wide, lift the arms up high. And then turn the palms away from each other as you exhale to bring the arms down with control, right? We don't want to drop them. I have a little bit of resistance. Palms up, breath in. Imagine that you're gathering up air in between your arms. And then turning the palms away, exhale. Imagine trying to push that air back towards the ground again. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhaling, reaching out and up. Fingertips are high, but drop those shoulders away from your ears, okay? Exhale. Float the arms back down. Are you still sitting tall? One last time. Breath in, reach out, reach up. Good. And exhale, go ahead. Take the arms back down, tenting the fingers here and keeping those hands close by your sides. We're going to get a stretch into our neck next. Let's tip our head to the right ear, right shoulder. Sorry, I'm doing the wrong side, I got a mirror. So right ear, right shoulder, right? Then take that right arm, wrap it around your head, hand along the side, lightly press down, just a little bit, right? Ease into the stretch. Then with your left arm beside you, still with tented fingers, begin to crawl those fingertips just a few steps away from your body. But also very actively pull that left shoulder down away from the ear as much as you can, giving a deeper stretch to the side of your neck. With your next inhale, keeping the tip in head, lower the chin down towards chest. This should stretch more towards the back side of your neck, and then on the exhale, lifting chin towards sky. Again, inhaling, coming downward, chin towards chest. Exhaling, chin towards the sky. We'll do that one last time. Chin coming down, nice and slow here. Move with tempo of breath. Exhale, lifting chin upward. Good, let's go ahead, take our head back to that starting stretch position. Release that hand, let the right arm come down and slowly bring the head back to center. And we'll go to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder. Still continuing to look straight ahead here. So we don't want to turn the head at all, right? Twisting. Left arm then wraps around, hand along the side, and then lightly pressing down. Just a little bit, right? We don't want to force the head. Want to ease into that. And then tented fingers of your right hand, just go ahead and crawl those fingertips a few steps away and then press those fingertips to the ground and actively pull shoulder away from your ear. So you're giving yourself energy in opposite directions, which gives more depth to the stretch. With your next inhale, let the chin come downward towards the chest. And then on your exhale, lifting the chin upward towards sky. Again, chin coming down, breath in. Exhale, chin to sky. We'll do one more here. Chin coming down slow. Exhale the chin towards the sky. Bring your head back to that starting position again. Let's release the hand, let the arm come down. Gently lift up the head and just take some gentle tips side to side, just kind of loosening out what we stretched. All right, so I've gotten a lot of requests for the neck and shoulders lately, and I think it's because, most of us working from home. Let's go ahead and go into nods. Sorry for the interruption. Chin down, chin sky. Right, where a lot of us still working, and those that are working from home, right, we sit a lot now at our desk and we get this hunched forward position, which can really do numbers on the neck shoulder region. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and look straight ahead again. Getting now a little bit more rotational movement for our spine. Let's take the arms with an inhale and lift them up to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to take a twist to your right and let your left hand lower in front of you, right hand behind you. Push off the ground and get taller. Let that unravel as you breathe in. Come back through center. Lift the arms back up. Let's now twist to the left. Right hand down in front, left hand behind. Tent the fingers, push off and get taller, heart to sky. Good. Breath in, reach up with arms. Come back through center. Rotate again to your right. Squeeze out that breath. Come back through center. Breathe in, arms reach up. Exhale, rotating to your left. You're activating a bit into your waistline muscles here, those obliques. Let's do one more each side. Inhaling, coming through center, arms up. Twist to the right, lower fingertips to the earth, and then push off them to grow tall. Center on an inhale, arms sweep up, and then arms lower as you twist to your left, heart up, eyes at horizon. Let's go ahead and come back through center on the inhale, lift both arms back up again. With your exhale, take your left hand down beside you, stretch up and over to the left side. Some lateral movement next. Breath in, reach both arms up. Exhale, right hand lowers, stretch over to the right side. Good. Breath in, come up. And then again to the left side, keeping both sits bones equally rooted here. We don't want to lift our booty up. Come back through, up tall, inhale, and then stretch to the right side on the exhale. Good. Let's come back up on the inhale, both arms sweep. And then exhale, float the arms back down at your side. Right, so just getting some movement for our spine. Let's go ahead, staying in our cross-legged position. Let's take now both hands down to the floor in front of you. Flex both feet just to give some more liveliness to our legs. And then feel your sits bones behind you, not just anchor down, but first think of them trying to reach back behind you and then anchor to the floor. Give you a little bit more length to your spine. So keeping a flat back here, let's begin to walk the hands forward. And although our hands are out first, think of your heart always leading this movement so we never pull the heart away, right? Long spine means a little bit more stretch into our hips, the sides of our hips here. So find a level of lowering that's going to work for your body. You can come to a full fold. And even though you are rounded in a fold, just make sure the heart is still continuing to reach forward. Let's take one more deep breath in here. On the exhale, begin to walk the hands back, and then you'll start to stack back up again, shoulders over hips. Let's go ahead and just reverse the cross of our legs, which can feel a little bit strange because we're often used to doing things one way, right? So for me, this feels a little odd having my left leg on top, but here we are, sitting up nice and tall, both hands back in front, and then we start to walk it out again. And it may be different, it may not, right? Maybe you get a little bit deeper, maybe you have to hold back a little bit, and that's okay, right? Feel into your body, breathe into your body. Make sure that you didn't tuck your tailbone under here. So pushing back again with your sits bones as the heart stretches far forward. Just breathe into those hips. So let's take one more breath in here. Exhale, let's walk the hands back in, stack up the spine. And then we'll go ahead and uncross the legs, extend them out long in front of us, flexed feet, toes to sky. Let's take our hands beside us again, one at either hip, tented fingers once more. This is just a nice way to really help you sit nice and upright. Gives you a little support at first, and then we engage our muscles to then support that from there on out. So with tented fingers, push off the ground and lift your heart up, but drop your shoulders down. So we don't want to scrunch up here, right? No tension, drawing and earthing towards the ground with shoulders. Then from there, hug between the shoulder blades and then pull the belly in. And that's going to support this upright position. From here, extend the arms directly out in front of you. Hands should be a little bit wider than shoulder width to keep that chest nice and open. Keep a flat back. On an inhale, hinging forward at hips, lean a little bit forward here. Keep the feet flexed. And then go ahead and lower the arms and grab hold of your legs where you can without, again, shoulders pulling to the ears. All right, from here, getting a nice hold on those legs. On an inhale, you're going to pull back on your legs as your heart stretches further up towards your toes. Ooh, feel that in the backside, right? And then exhale. Think of your body melting a little bit closer in towards the thighs. And we're going to do this in increments. You're getting a nice deep stretch here. Pull back on the legs and send the heart forward maybe a little bit more. Ooh, I can feel it. Exhale, melting just a little bit closer to those legs. We'll do that 2 more times. So breath in, pulling back on the legs, sending the heart forward maybe a little bit more. And then maybe just a little more settling on the exhale, melting towards the legs. Once more here. So breath in, maybe those hands got closer down towards the feet. This time with your exhale, slowly round all the way. Start at the tailbone, lower back begins rounding, middle back, upper back, and then finally let the head go. Right, keeping the feet flexed, maybe the chin lightly presses to chest. That will affect the stretch. You may start to feel it travel up the spine and out through crown of head. Just breathe into that backside body. So take one more big inhale, fill it up. On your exhale, roll slowly back up to seated, stacking the spine. Head should be the last thing that comes up. Wonderful. So here we are sitting up tall again with legs extended out in front still. We're going to next take the arms either out to a T, or if you're really close to an object, you can bend your elbows to create cactus arms. But either way, you want to feel your arms reach from wall to wall, right? Fingertips if arms are extended, think elbows if your arms are cactus. Right, energy out, also energy in, so hug between shoulder blades to activate your upper back. Belly in and up to support this posture. Legs hug together, a little bend in the knees if you're needing it, if you're feeling any strain in your hip flexors. This is a very small movement. We're working next into spine twist. Take a breath in, sit a little bit taller here. On your exhale, take a little twist to your right, but as you're twisting to right, feel the left arm fight you by pulling back just a little bit, right? You're not going to be able to twist then as far, but working more in your core. Come back through center as you breathe in. Now you're going to rotate, twist to your left, but feel that right arm, right, pulling back on you at the same time. It's activating those obliques. Come back through center, breathe it in. I'll do that with arms long now. Exhale, when we twist to the right, that left arm likes to continue to cross over, right, but instead we're pulling back on it. Center on an inhale. So we're doing this without moving our legs. Exhale, twist. So these rotations are fairly small. Come back through center. We're going to do one more each side. Breath out to the right. So imagine your torso like a wet towel, wringing water out of your body. Come back through center. Breathe in. And a twist one more time to the left, working into the core. Good. Come back through center. And then let the arms float at your sides. Good. Give the shoulders maybe a little roll or maybe a little shimmy to let them release. All right. So we're going to continue to work into those abdominals. Next, let's bend the knees and ground the feet. Now we're going to separate the feet and the knees so they're about hip width apart. So that's only about 2 fist distances away from one another. And I'll do the side profile so you can see a little bit better here. So with knees bent, feet grounded, clasp behind your knees. Pull belly up into thighs so you sit tall again. And then release the hands, extend the arms forward. Hands a little wider than shoulder width. We're going to move into some C curves. Take a breath in, sit up even taller. On your exhale, tuck from tailbone under first, rounding your back, creating that C shape, and then rolling down just a little bit. Nothing too huge. We want our toes to stay glued here, okay? Let's take another breath in. Use the exhale and core strength to pull yourself back up to tall seated. Do that a few more times. So sitting up taller on an inhale, tucking, rounding, rolling down, scooping out the front body, chest lifted and open. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, squeeze a breath out and restack. Sit tall. Let's do 2 more. Upright on an inhale, Rounding, rolling down, keep the shoulders away from ears, hands still a little bit wider than shoulder width. Stay here, breathe it in, toes are pressed down. Exhale, core strength to slowly lift you back up. One last time, breath in, get a little bit more length to the sky first, and then tuck, round, roll it back, and then we're gonna stay here in this position, okay? I'll come forward so you can see me again. So the only part of your body next that will move are just the arms. Everything else is like a statue. On an inhale, we're going to take those arms and try to open them out to the sides, and they may or may not get there completely, that's fine. Exhale, squeeze it out, bring the arms back in front of you again. So, opening up the arms on an inhale without the feet lifting off the ground, without your chest coming up any higher, right? Exhale, squeeze it out. So it becomes more challenging for the core the wider the arms get. We'll do 2 more of these. Breath in, slow open, toes down, chest level. Squeeze a breath out. Bring arms back in front. One last time, let's open up those arms. Let's stay here with opened arms and let's begin to draw circles. Isolate this movement, right? Nothing else moves, just the arms. 3, steady breathing. 2, good. 1, pause. Keep that core in firm. Let's reverse the direction. Inhale, exhale for 5. Take your time. 4, right? Slow it down. 3, 2, almost there. 1, good. Inhale, lift the arms upward towards the sky. As you exhale, pull up with core strength, stack your spine, and then fold over the legs to release and recover, right? Always giving our body a moment to rest. Good. Let's go ahead and roll back up to seated again. So continuing with this kind of shape of body with knees bent, feet grounded, let's clasp behind again, pull belly to thighs. Now let's go ahead and rock back to balance point. Let's lift our ankles in line with our knees. You can continue to hold the backs of legs for support, or you can release hands and extend arms forward again for a little bit more heat. Here it is, that boat position. If you saw my post earlier, I did say we were gonna do some. I did say we're gonna do it for half of class. I was slightly kidding. Not for half a class, but it is one of my favorite exercises because it's a great strengthener for our powerhouse. So here we are. Here's our high boat, chest up, looking slightly up. On a breath in, find your low boat. So that means you're going to lean back a bit and maybe the legs extend out forward just a little bit more. And then exhale, bring it back up again with your core. So coming back to a level that works for you, a little or a lot if you like. And then exhale, bring it back up. You can use your hands here, right? Coming back to a low boat, right? You can use your hands for support, help to pull it back in. Exhale. Let's do 4 more of these. Coming down to your version of low. Exhale, bring it back up to high. Keep that back flat, keep that chest open. 3 more. Coming down, low boat. Exhale, push that breath out, high boat. 2 more, low boat version. High boat version. One last time. Low boat, let's stay in low boat. Let's hover the arms. Let's pump them and keep everything else still. For 5, 4, breathing. 3, belly in. 2, 1. Good. Lift everything back up. Sit tall. Soles of the feet come together now. Hold the ankles. Knees are out wide. Sit up, up, up. Hinge forward at the hips, leaning in towards the feet. And then a slow fold over them. This will get to inner thighs a bit, outer hips, and sometimes it pulls across to the, through the lower back. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and roll it back up. So we got our core warmed up. Let's go ahead and cross the legs. Transition to tabletop. So let's come onto hands and knees. Spread the fingers out wide, knees underneath the hips. Rather than sinking down into the arms, let's push into the hands, press out of the floor, and lift out of them. Then rather than looking straight down towards your hands, look slightly forward so you get a little bit more length. All right, this, and then pull lower belly in and up, right, to keep our back long and flat. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, extend right arm forward and left leg back. Take one more inhale here. Draw the heart forward. And exhale, release hand, release knee, and try not to shift weight, right? You want to keep everything nicely centered. Take another inhale. Exhale, this time left arm forward and right leg back. Push out through heel of foot, but really send the heart to the front of your workspace. Keep it here on an inhale. Exhale, hand and knee back to the floor. All right, this time on your inhale, right arm forward, left leg back. On your exhale, pull the elbow and knee together underneath you, but also pull it in and up around your body. Then expand again on an inhale, arm forward, leg back. Exhale, pull in and up, round and coil. One more time, inhale, extension out, reach forward. Exhale, pull in and up, let that chin press down towards chest. Take one more expansion, lengthen out, heart forward, and then hand and knee to the ground. Other side. Left arm forward, right leg back on an inhale, keeping yourself balanced using core. Exhale, pull in, pull up, coil into a tight ball. Lengthen out again. Inhale through toes, through fingertips. Exhale, pull in, pull up. One last time. Breath in, expansion. Contraction as you exhale. One more to lengthen out, inhaling. Exhaling, hand down, knee down. Recovery. Wonderful. All right, let's take the knees out wide. Let the big toes touch. Let's sit back onto those heels. Let's walk the hands forward as we fold over our legs. Keep those fingers spread wide. Maybe the forehead lands on the ground. Child's pose, right? So, child's pose is a grounding posture and one that you can come to at any point in time during your practice, right? If you just need a moment there, right? Here, it's an active one. So, with the arms stretched out in front, lift the forearms off the ground, slide your shoulder blades down your back, and pull the belly up and away from the legs. From your child's pose position, let's tuck the toes under and begin to come into downward facing dog. So, taking your hips to the sky as the chest pushes back towards your thighs. Woo, I'm slip sliding. Heels, feel them slowly begin to root down to the floor. Will they touch? Maybe, maybe not, but energy-wise, right, finding that grounding. And then firm in the belly. Then with your next inhale, take both heels, lift them up very high, right over the balls of your feet. And as you exhale, slowly glide forward into a plank, top of push-up, right? You have option to do this on the knees. Let's take a breath in here, hold everything in tight, and then on your exhale, start with those hips, lifting them towards sky, pushing chest back to thighs, anchoring the heels towards the ground, and then feel the ribs try to seal in towards the spine, keeping core firm. Let's do that again, shall we? Heels up on an inhale, and then wave forward to plank. Feel the legs and glutes squeeze in. Lower belly pulls in and up. Take the space between your shoulder blades, puff it up to the sky. Soften your elbows and look slightly forward. One more breath in. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Hips up, chest back, heels down, ribs in. Once more, heels high on an inhale, glide into plank. Legs, glutes, abs, chest, arms. Gonna take a breath in. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hips to sky, chest to thighs, heels to floor, ribs sealed in. Head relaxed, gaze between your two big toes. Then on your next inhale, look forward to the front of your workspace. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands, as many or a little a step as you'd like to take, right? Coming into forward fold. Next breath in, come up to a halfway lift. Shoulders to hip level, open across your chest. Exhale and fold. With your next inhale, come all the way to standing. Ground your feet and rise, right? Stack the body, lift your arms to the sky, and then interlace your fingers. Take your hands behind your head. Stretch over to your right side as you breathe in. Firm in that belly and exhale, slowly draw yourself back up, stack. Then stretch over to your left side on an inhale. Tighten up that core, exhale, slowly pull yourself back upright. Good, on an inhale, release the hands, extend the arms to the sky. Exhale, dive forward over the legs. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. Plank position as you breathe out. So hands come down and you can either step or jump back to a push-up position. On the knees too, right? Always an option. From here, we are going to come down to the knees, but bring them right underneath the hips. We're coming back to tabletop position. Okay? We're going to move into a modified side plank. So from here, take your left hand, step it to center of your workspace, and keeping your left knee grounded, just kick the left heel off to the side. You're going to roll open to the right side of your mat, and that right leg is going to stretch back and come in line with the rest of your body. With grounded hand, you can tempt fingers or make a fist to support the wrist. Then take the right arm, stretch it up and overhead to the front of your workspace. Side body crunch. Let's lift that right foot off the ground and flex the foot. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring the elbow and knee together at your side, right? The side body crunch. Then extend long again. Inhale, reach. Maybe you look towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull into the sides. Good. Extend back out again. Breath in. We'll do 2 more of these. Exhale, pull it in. Lengthen out through foot and fingertips. One last time. Exhale, squeeze out that breath. Hug into the side body. Good. Let's take 1 more to reach and lengthen out. Let's come back to tabletop. Right, hands and knees, everything is separated. Shoulder width, hip width. Let's do the other side. Right hand steps to center. Keep the right knee grounded. Just swivel the heel off to the side, and you roll open to the left side of your mat. Right, left leg extends back and lengthens out in line with body. Feel your hips here press forward rather than pushing your booty back. And then again, tented fingers or fist of grounded hand. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Flex your left foot and hover the leg to start. Take an inhale here, nice and long body. Exhale, side body crunch. Elbow and knee come together to your side. And then extend back out again. Maybe you look towards ceiling. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more times. Lengthen it out. Keep the grounded part stabilized. Exhale, squeeze out that breath. 1 last time. Reach, lengthen, lengthen. Good. Exhale, pull it in. Let's take 1 more to lengthen back out. As you exhale, transition back to tabletop. Hands and knees. I'm backwards now, but you are not. From here, take a step forward with both hands are in front of your shoulders. Spread those fingers, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Hips high, chest back, heels down, ribs in. All right, right leg on your inhale, lift it back behind you. On your exhale, sweep the leg through and step up towards right thumb. We're coming into low lunge, right? So lengthen out your spine, send the heart forward, and then release your left knee to the floor. Untuck the toes. As you breathe in, bring your shoulders up over your hips and lift your arms to sky, right? We're stacking up here. And then on your exhale, bring the arms down in front of you and create a big circle with those arms. So elbows kind of sweep out to the sides and just the very tips of middle fingers touch. Coming into hugging a tree. So on an inhale, keep the shape of arms, just open them out to the sides a little bit and hug between your shoulder blades. And then on the exhales of hugging a big old tree, squeeze back to the front. Fingertips touch again. Again, opening up arms. Hug between shoulder blades, back body strengthener. Front body, feel it in your pectorals as you squeeze it out. 2 more of these. Opened arms, inhale. Squeeze it out, exhale. 1 last time, opening the arms out, keeping that curve in them. Squeeze it, hug it out, exhale. Good, inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, take your hands down, ground, and frame your front foot. Back toes curl. Knee lifts up, low lunge. From low lunge, take a step up, come into forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Release and fold again, exhale. On your inhale, you're coming all the way to standing. Ground your feet, start to slowly rise, arms come up to sky, interlace the fingers, exhale, hands behind head, elbows wide. Good. Stretch to your right on an inhale. Firm in that belly, use your core strength to slowly pull yourself back up again. Stretch to your left on an inhale. Exhale, pull it all the way back up. Good. Inhale, release the hands, extend the arms high. Dive and fold over the legs. Exhale. Halfway lift on an inhale. Plank position again. Exhale. Hands come down, and again, you can either step or jump back to your structure. Yeah. Good. From your version of plank position, taking those knees directly back underneath the hips to the floor, back to tabletop position. We're going to do a lot of tabletop stuff here. Okay, spread fingers, look slightly forward. With your next exhale, take the right leg, reach it behind you, and flex the foot. Leg should be in line with your spine here, belly in and up. Out of the arms, we're lifting. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, now bend your right knee and bring that heel into glute. You're squeezing it in. And then reaching the leg back again on an inhale. So we're activating our hamstrings here. Exhale, squeeze. So keep that foot flexed, keep that knee up, right? It doesn't sink down. And then extend the leg back again. Inhale. Let's do 4 more of these. Squeeze it out and make sure that you're not putting a lot of weight into that left leg, right? Keep equal weight into all 3 grounded spots. Curl it in again. Exhale. Stretch it back. We got 2 more left to go. Don't sink into those arms. Exhale, squeeze it out. Good. Reach it back. One last time. Squeeze. Keep driving through heel of foot. Good. Lengthen leg back. And then release the knee back down to the floor. Other side. Extension back behind on the exhale. Flexed foot. Take another breath in and send the heart forward. Exhale, bend that knee, squeeze heel to glute. And then reach back, breath in. Are you falling into those arms? Exhale, as you bend at the knee does not drop down. It stays in line with hip, okay? Extend back on an inhale. We're doing 4 more, so 6 total. Squeeze, hamstring activation. And then release. Don't let that belly sink, right? Exhale, pull the core in and up. Good. Extend it back. We've got 2 more left to go here. Curl in. Good. Extension. One last time. Exhale. Curl it in. Yeah. Lengthen leg behind you. Inhale. Release knee back to tabletop. Exhale. Wonderful. So again, this idea of isolation, right? That leg was moving, but everything else should have stayed nice and aligned. And let's take the hands back in front of our shoulders. Fingers spread. Tuck toes under, back into downward facing dog. Hips to sky, chest to thighs, heels towards floor, ribs sealed in. Good. Inhaling, left leg lifts behind you. Use your core strength here. Exhale to get that leg to pull through. Step up towards left thumb. You're in a low lunge. Then release your right knee to the floor, untuck the toes. As you breathe in, you're going to stack yourself up, shoulders up over hips, arms to sky. This time on your exhale, you're going to sweep the arms down at your sides. Have the palms facing behind you. Shoulder heads back, heart lifted, belly in. Firm up those arms so fingertips reach down to the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the arms back, then start to lift them up towards sky. Good. Release the arms down on an inhale. So we're doing this without leaning forward, right? Exhale, arms press back and up. The shoulders should still be over your hips. And then release the arms down on an inhale. We're doing 4 more here. 4. Exhale. This is for your abs, your triceps, and it's a chest opener. Release on an inhale. 3 more. Press back and up. Exhale. Think of the palms trying to slap the sky. Come down on an inhale. We got 2 more left to go. Exhale, press back and up. Do not lean forward. Keep vertical. Release the arms on an inhale. One last time. Press back, then up, and keep these arms here. Now try to pulse them higher towards the sky for 5. Core in. 4. Steady breath. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take the arms back down at your side. Take the hands down to frame your front foot. Back toes curl, knee comes up, low lunge. Low lunge, we take a step up, forward fold. Got halfway lifting on an inhale. Release again and fold, exhale. Inhale, come all the way to standing, ground the feet and rise. Arms to sky, interlace the fingers, exhale, hands behind the head. Stretch to your right side on an inhale. Core strength as you exhale to pull up. Stretch to your left side, breath in. Equal weight into both feet here. Exhale, navel draws to spine, drawing you back up to tall. Release the hands, extend the arms up on an inhale. Dive, fold forward, exhale. Good, halfway lift on an inhale. Plank position again on the exhale. Ground those hands and either again step it or jump back, but land structured, strong. All muscles engaged. Take one more inhale here in your plank form. And then as you exhale, bring the knees right underneath hips. Tabletop position. Left hand steps to center of mat. Left heel kicks out to the side. We're going to roll back open into that modified side plank on the right side. Right, rolled open to that spot. Right hand onto our hip. Both hips press forward. Left hand right beside that left leg. Flex your right foot and then and hover the foot to begin. All toes are forward. On your exhale, lift that right leg up a little bit higher. Maybe the leg can lift into parallel with the ground. And then lower that foot back to a hovered position. So some side leg lifts for the outer hip. Exhale, lift, and also the side body. And then back to hover again. We're doing 4 more of these. 4. Good. Back to hover. 3 more. Make sure that you're not collapsing down into that left arm. Back to hover. We got 2 more left to go. It's already feeling that burn. I am. I don't know about you, right? Come back to hover. Let's do it once more. Let's lift that leg as high as we can and then point the toes. Feel that leg really firm up and then draw some circles, but control this. Right? That right leg is moving, but nothing else should. Breathe steadily. 3, 2, get that burn. 1, pause. Good, reverse direction. Breath in, breath out. Don't push your booty back. Send the hips forward. Good, for 3, 2, 1. Good, let that right foot come all the way down and then make your way back to tabletop position. Whew. Take a moment to lift your right knee off the ground and just draw some circles here. Just gonna get into that hip. All right, and then go ahead and place that right knee back underneath its hip. Right hand now steps to center, right heel kicks out, and you're going to roll open to your left, right? Modified side plank. Then place your left hand onto your hip, flex your left foot, hover the foot to start, and usually the toes point towards sky. We want the opposite, so feel the leg roll in just a little bit so all your toes point forward, and then look forward, right? Length all the way out through crown of head. With your next exhale, lift that left leg up a little bit higher. Maybe again, the leg can come to parallel with ground and then back to hover. Again, outer hip and oblique work. Activation. Back to hover. We got 4 more here. 4. Good. Back to hover. 3 more. Find lift. Isolation here. Just that leg is moving. 2 more times. Lift. Back to hover. Good. Firm that belly, and each time exhale, lift the leg and hold it up. Point the toes, firm that leg, and draw some circles. Steady, controlled movement, steady, controlled breath. 3. Good. 2, 1. Pause it. Reverse the direction. Inhale, exhale. 4, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly take the foot down and then transition back to tabletop. Hands, knees. Once there, lift that left knee off the ground and just draw some circles, right? Kind of like you're stirring a pot. Okay. All right, then take that knee back to the floor. Step those hands in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Let's move back in downward facing dog. So hips to sky, chest towards thighs. Heels anchoring down and ribs sealing in. So it's kind of like boat position here. We're just upside down in a way, yeah. So right leg on an inhale, lift it back behind you. Use a lot of core strength to exhale. Sweep that leg out in front, step up towards your right thumb. We're back into low lunge again, but we're keeping that back knee lifted. Okay? Back leg punch to sky. With your next inhale, rise and stack, shoulders up over the hips, high crescent lunge. And then exhale the arms into a cactus position. I'm going to come down low so you can see me. So you're still in a nice lunge here. Left knee bent at 90, back leg driving up, shoulders over your hips. Arms in cactus to take an inhale. Twist to your right on the exhale. Squeeze it out. But remember, left arm fights you by pulling back, similar to what we did earlier. Come back through center on an inhale. Twist over to your left, but feel that left hip pushing forward for you. Come back through center, lift the arms back up to sky. Open into warrior two from here. So back heel swivels in and hips open up. Front foot takes a little walk into the center of your workspace. Arms are equally swept out. Shoulders drop down and you gaze past your right middle finger. With an inhale, take the front palm, flip it up, reaching up and back, reversing warrior, staying here. Straight out that right leg. Keep it a deeper side body stretch. Keep your right leg straight. Bring shoulders back over the hips. Reach the right hand forward, push both hips to the back, and then hinge down. Left arm reaches up. We're in a triangle pose. Good. So pressing those hips forward to really open up the chest. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, rebend the right knee. Take your hands down, frame your front foot. Back heel comes up. Low lunge. From low lunge, take a step up. Come into forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Let's lower down to seated. And as we lower down, we're going to land in our high boat position. Again, it could be clasped behind with the hands or arms extended out. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lean back a bit and just extend the right leg out. Bring it back in on an inhale. High boat. This time, exhale, lean back and extend the left leg out. Right leg doesn't move. Isolate. Breath in, bring it up. We're going to do two more each side. Exhale, right leg as you lean back. Pull it back up. Breath in. Left leg extends. Right leg stays still. Lean into it. Bring it back up on an inhale. Let's do one more to each right leg. Good. Pull it back up. Inhale. Left leg. Good. Pull it back up on an inhale. Exhale, feet down, stack, and then melt over the legs. Take a moment to recover. Good. From here, go ahead and roll yourself back up. Cross the legs, take the hands down. Let's transition back to downward facing dog. So, hips push up, chest presses back, heels root down, ribs seal in. Good. Left leg now lifts behind on an inhale. Step up and through, make it into low lunge. And you may have to physically pick the foot up to get it to that space. Keep your back leg strong, both legs hug to midline, belly in and up, and then inhale, rise, stack, high, crescent, lunge. Exhale those arms back into a cactus position. Spread those fingers, breath in. Start twisting to your left to start, and as you twist to left, right arm fights by pulling back. Keep those legs centered and stabilized. Center as you breathe in. Rotate to your right, but feel that right hip head push forward so it does not follow the twist. Come back through center and extend both arms to the sky. Warrior two. So swivel the back heel in, open your hips to the side, front foot takes a walk to midline. Shoulders are stacked above the hips, arms are swept out, shoulders are dropped in, and you gaze past your left middle finger. Good. On an inhale, flip the front palm up, reach up and back, reversing your warrior, peaceful warrior. Then stay here, reaching back, straighten that left leg all the way out. Deep side body stretch. Good, then bring the shoulders back up over the hips. Left leg is still straight. Reach forward with the left hand as both hips try to push back till you no longer can straight on. And then hinge down, left arm lowers, right arm comes up. We're in triangle pose. Open across the chest. Maybe you start to look up towards that right hand. Good, take another breath in here, fill it up. And then as you exhale, rebend the left knee, hands come down, frame the front foot, back heel lifts up, low lunge. Good, from low lunge, taking a step up, come into forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. We're gonna lower back down and come into our high boat position. Yes, I did say we are going to do a lot of boat poses, yes? So arms again can be extended forward or clasped lightly behind. Hug your legs together tightly here. On an inhale, just legs now. Lower, maybe the toes or the heels tap down, and then exhale, bring those legs back to that tabletop position, right? Coming down with just legs on an inhale. Exhale, pull it up. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4, coming down. Control it. Exhale, find lift. 3 more, coming down with resistance. Exhale, pull it up. We got 2 more to go. This is a little bit more of a lower abdominal strength here. Exhale, pull it up. 1 last time, coming down. Maybe there's a tap, maybe there's not, and that's okay. Exhale, pull it up. Take 1 more breath in here. Maybe the arms start to reach towards the sky. And then as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest as you roll onto your back. Give yourself a hug. Gently rock side to side. All right, so what I want us to do next, while you're kind of resting here, we're going to work into what's called teaser. It's a Pilates exercise, and it's very similar. The ending point is very similar to high boat in yoga. So it's going to start lying on our back, and we're going to start in a modified version, and then I will offer some advancements if you'd like to. So lying on your back, we're going to take the legs to tabletop position. We're going to reach our arms up and overhead. So again, we're starting modified, okay? With your inhale, begin to lift your arms, head, and shoulders off the floor. Clasp behind your legs. Exhale, extend the legs out and lift your heart high. Here's almost that high boat position, but now legs are extended out. You can still have a bend in the knees if you'd like. Chest is opened. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, start rounding the spine, rolling back down, rebending the knees, tabletop, release the hands, arms overhead. So that's modified teaser. We'll do that again. Inhale, begin lifting, arms, head, shoulders, clasp behind the legs. Exhale, use your core strength to pull yourself up into that balanced position. Take a breath in here. And then on the exhale, round the back, legs to tabletop, release the hands, arms overhead. All right, so we're going to move up a step. If you find that's enough for you, you stay with that one. Similar movement with this next round, but this time we're just not going to use our arms to help us to come up. So breath in, start your lift. Arms, head, shoulders, and then exhale. Arms are going to pull forward, but we're not going to clasp behind the legs, and we come up to our teaser point. Let's take a breath in here for the hold. And then exhale, begin to round your back, rebend the knees, and come to the floor, arms overhead again. So this is the second variation, a little step above our modified. We'll do it again. Inhale, start your lift. More core strength needed on the exhale to peel and lift your body up to teaser point. Take an inhale. Exhale, begin to bring yourself back down onto the floor. Let's pause here. Take your feet to the ground. So what I'm going to offer you for the last 2 teasers is the option to do it more in an advanced way. So if you want to stay with where we were at, totally do so, right? Stay where you are. If you want a little bit more heat, what you're going to do is you're going to extend your legs out long onto the floor. We're going to pull this down. So long onto the floor here. Arms are still overhead. So if you're doing this advanced version, you want to imagine that you're kind of cut in half right at the hips. So upper half and lower half of body. You want both of those to be moving at the same time. So it will look so. On an inhale, begin. Upper half and lower half, begin the lift. Exhale, pull your body up to teaser point. A lot more core work needed there. Take a breath in. On your exhale, without falling down, control yourself back onto the floor. All right, we're going to do 3 more here. So breath in, whichever variation. Exhale. Bring yourself up, heart to sky, looking slightly upward. Stay lifted and teaser on an inhale. Come back down. Exhale. We've got 2 more left to go. Inhale. Begin the movement. Exhale. Force that air out. Lift yourself up. And again, you can come back to using hands if you're needing. All right, take a breath in. Exhale, let it come back down. Again, in any variation that feels right for you. We got 1 more left to go here. Breath in, start your lift. Exhale, finish it, land in teaser point. Let's stay here. Hold your space, but adjust if you're needing, okay? For 5, keep holding strong. 4, keep breathing. 3, drop those shoulders down. 2, keep your chest up. 1, good, and then slowly bring it back onto the floor. Ooh, release, right? Take the arms out to T. 1 knee at a time. Let's pull them both into chest. 1 at a time to protect your lower back. Let those legs lower to the right side as you look over left shoulder. Just a simple twist here. Take 1 more breath in. Start to slowly transition to the other side as you exhale. Oh, the cat made another appearance, right? Legs to the left. Look over your right shoulder. I'm really close to the wall, so that's not happening for me today. But here we are, twist on the other side. Deep breaths in. Long breaths out. Good. Go ahead and take 1 more big inhale. Fill to the top. And then as you exhale, go ahead and unwind. Come back to center. And then once you've come back through center, let's go ahead, gently place your feet back to the floor. Let's go ahead and lengthen those legs all the way out onto the ground. You can bring your arms in a bit closer to your sides, but they don't have to come in completely, right? Maybe even having them slightly angled outward at 45 degrees is enough. Palms, though, face up. Let the shoulders roll open. Feel your feet. Let them become really heavy here, just kind of splaying out naturally to their sides. Feel the natural curl in your fingers here as well, right? Letting go of our body. Softly close your eyes. Slightly part your teeth, unhinge your jaw. And we're just going to take the next few moments to find stillness, to find our breath again. So reconnect back to the inhales and the exhales. And using that breath to keep you anchored into present moment. You could also here use sound as a way to connect to the now. So we stay here to be with ourselves. Begin to take a really deep breath in and a long breath out. Maybe you can sigh it out. Letting it all go. With your next breath in, take the arms, reach them up and overhead. Come into a nice full body stretch. Then as you exhale, sweep the arms around, draw the knees into your chest. 1 last hug. From this hugged space, begin to rock yourself slowly forward and back, up and down the spine. You're going to use a little bit of core strength here to continue to rock forward and back, increasing the size until you can rock all the way up to seated. Coming to a cross-legged position, coming full circle here, right? Ending where we began. And again, arms can be at your sides, on your lap, 1 hand to heart, 1 hand to belly, or maybe 2 hands to heart center. Eyes still closed here. Just lower your chin down to your chest. Take a moment here to bow head to heart and heart to head. And if your hands are placed somewhere on your body, just feeling that connection to yourself as well. And in the space of connection, just take a moment to say thank you, right? Thank yourself for showing up today, right? Showing up to your workspace, showing up to your practice, but really most importantly that you showed up to yourself, giving your body, mind, and soul this opportunity of movement, of breath, and just experiencing yourself as a whole. I'd like to say a brief thank you for you guys joining me once again for Facebook Live, and I hope to see you guys again soon. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday, make it another great week. Namaste.